Hi, welcome to my presentation on Morgantown, a car-centric city. This is my cover photo. I adjusted the text to kind of morph into the photo a bit more. So I guess I'll begin. Morgantown, West Virginia is a city much like any other mid-sized American town. It can be quaint and interesting at times. There are Saturday night college football games to attend and quaint shops and restaurants to visit. However, Morgantown also has a problem that infects a majority of American cities and towns, both large and small. Cars. Cars and the way that Morgantown is built around them has considerable consequences that I seek to highlight. My interest in the topic began as a college student in Morgantown, unable to properly get around the city without a car. Through many late nights on the internet researching the problem, much of these feelings were put into words that I quickly understood that the automobile issues that Morgantown faces is hardly unique to the city. Click on the links below to explore these issues in detail. And this is just a still life photo of some of the YouTube videos and things that I watched to kind of inspire me to create this presentation. So let's go on to safety and livability. Safety and livability. Morgantown is a city full of roads that prioritize cars and make it clear that pedestrians are an afterthought. This causes serious dangers and hindrances to quality of life that citizens have to deal with every day. And here I have some photos of Morgantown neighborhoods and residential areas that have no sidewalks. At first glance, the photo of these quiet Morgantown neighborhoods appear typical. However, each of these residential areas, like a majority in the Morgantown area, have no sidewalks, instead favoring wide roads for cars to drive down. A lack of sidewalks throughout neighborhoods discourages exercise, makes walking dangerous, particularly for children, and makes interaction between neighbors less likely. Wide roads, a design choice common among neighborhoods built during the second half of the 20th century, have been shown to make speeding more likely, increasing the likelihood of pedestrian injury and death. The above video is a look into what it is like to walk my dog in a residential area along West Run Road. Take note of the high speed that cars travel, lack of sidewalks, and pitiful amount of green space. And then here is a still of the same road, only at night, kind of highlighting the speed that cars travel. Including sidewalks along roads doesn't inherently make pedestrians safe when cars are still prioritized. Much of Morgantown is covered in large multi-lane roads, often unfriendly to anything except for cars. These type of roads are often pejoratively referred to as a strode. This term was coined by urban planner and civil engineer Charles Marone to refer to the mix between a street an area where urban life and living take place, and road, an area meant for high-speed connections between places. And then here are those stroads. This is both the similar area of Pattison Drive, actually, just from different viewpoints. So this photo is taken up here. Meanwhile, this photo is more like down over here. The stroads found in Morgantown aren't just unsafe in theory. Many people have been hit and even killed by cars in these areas. In 2013, WVU student Joseph Tsuris? Sorry. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but was killed after being struck by a car on Pattison Drive. In 2018, Leah Bernahu was killed after being struck in the crosswalk on the same road. That same month, Sarah Queen was hit nearby on Monongahela Boulevard, where she remained in the hospital in critical condition for some time. Morgantown isn't all bad. For many towns of its scale, it has a lot of advantages not found elsewhere. This is most obvious in its personal rapid transit or PRT system. Many towns similar to Morgantown has little to no public transit, and while a wide area of Morgantown isn't covered by the PRT, it is a unique and safe way to get around a significant portion of the city without a car. Additionally, there are areas of the city that make it clear people have put thought into the safety of pedestrians. The majority of these areas are on or near the West Virginia University campus, which one of these photos feels like an environment safer for pedestrians. And so here we have, this is also Pattison Drive. We have this large road, people trying to cross this street. It's not a very comfortable street to cross. You have to be very, very cautious when crossing. A lot of times in fact, actually, I don't even think you can see, I think all the way over here, you can see the time that you have to cross. It's not the most friendly to pedestrians. Meanwhile, we have right here, this is a pedestrian bridge over Beechhurst. In the first of the above photos, pedestrians are seen crossing Pattison Drive. While there is a crosswalk, the road is so wide that it feels dangerous and uncomfortable to cross nonetheless. Contrastingly, the footbridge that suspends above Beechhurst Avenue, connecting WVU's PRT station to the university's new business and economics building, allows a safe and seamless walk between both sides of the street. Kind of look at that. And now on to aesthetics. Cars and the places they occupy throughout Morgantown often bring an eyesore to the city. Instead of lush green areas that humans want to spend time in, what is often found is drab concrete lots and wide backed up roads. While having a place to park is important in any city, oftentimes too many parking lots are built as a band-aid to a problem that ends up making things worse. When a city isn't built for walking in the first place, the only option becomes to drive, increasing the need for asphalt-covered lots, which further contribute to the car-centric nature of the city. And then we have an apartment complex a commercial building in Morgantown, heavily prioritized parking. Morgantown doesn't have to be this way. We know this because there are already great areas of the city that are beautiful, comfortable to walk around, and make people rather than cars their first priority. Between the two photos below, which would you rather spend time in? The differences between these spaces cannot be more different. In the top photo, Morgantown's High Street is full of life. People fill the wide tree-lined sidewalks. Storefronts aren't surrounded in parking lots, and the one-way street makes for a safer and less congested environment. In the bottom photo, a narrow sidewalk is smushed between parking lots and a wide multi-lane road as cars whiz by at high speeds. The businesses are clearly built around customers arriving in cars. The most beautiful and comfortable areas of Morgantown are almost always some of the oldest areas of the city. This is because much of the city was developed prior to the invention and popularization of the automobile. On the downtown Morgantown campus, this is felt very clearly. There's an abundance of areas made to be enjoyed by students and others with little interference from cars. These issues might make one ask the obvious: what do we do to fix car-centric cities like Morgantown? Strongtowns.org, a website dedicated to the promotion of better urban planning, has many suggestions that are